Good afternoon, UAW Local 862. I'm myself, Todd Dunn here, President, UAW. I've also got Stephanie Collins, aka Bubbles. I've worked together with her almost 30 years. I can remember when we both hired in together.
Yes.
And we were confused and wondered what was going to happen, but
Yes.
we relied on each other for assistance at
Yes.
workplace. And man, we've had a lot of personal gains over time.
Yes.
We were just talking about your grandchildren that's here right now.
Yes.
With you at the hall. I'm talking about the boys, but it's been one heck of a ride. But so cool to be here and actually to be asked to go with the flow, if you will. 862 Live. I know they've been doing podcasts. This is the first time they've asked to do a video, so hopefully we won't mess that up too much for you. But wanted to talk about a few things today. Something super cool, really unique. It's something that we've really needed to do for a long time. Community services hitting it out of the park. They're always there. If we're going to do something in the community, it's the grassroots. It's the people in the plant that come to the events, that come and give extra time to be a part of a committee or just volunteer their time with committee action that actually grows our union. So when you see UAW across the board, and sorry I'm hoarse today, losing my voice, it is these members that are doing over and above the call of duty just to come to work, make a good wage, pay union dues, get strong benefits, and go home. They're trying to leave it better than they found it. Just as simple as that. So I'm going to say Bubbles because we all got work nicknames.
Yes.
So Bubbles, let everyone know what the UAW Local 862 Community Services is getting ready to get into.
Okay, so very exciting. We have come up with having a personal empowerment program. And this program is going to consist of 3 workshops. So we kind of want to touch on everybody's mind, body, and spirit, correct? So March 1st, we're going to kick it off with 11:30 a.m. lunch. And we're expected to end this event by 3 p.m. But the workshops is going to consist of disaster preparation, what to do in the event of a disaster, identifying unhealthy relationships. Now, on this particular one, it's just not for women. We just want to reiterate, this is a relationship. This could be relationships of all types. So we don't want you to feel like if you're a male that you're not invited. So please come. And also the third workshop is going to be on self-defense. So all 3.
That's a good friend helping out with the self-defense.
Yes, yes.
He's actually Sergeant Al Ferris with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. And I don't know if you know it, but there are a lot of Jefferson County Sheriff's Office reserve deputies that are actually members of UAW Local 862.
Yes.
And they have to perform hundreds of hours just to be qualified to be a deputy. Also, they have to do so much training and they don't get paid a single penny for it. Yeah. So again, working for the union,
yes,
doing community service through the sheriff's office, and boy, we do have a great sheriff. And here is Sergeant Al Ferris, who's doing it on the side. He's not doing it as a deputy, he actually works in the training department, but he actually is a Grand Master of martial arts. I don't know if you didn't know that or not.
Yes, he did explain that to me, and he is so excited. He has a lot of energy he wants to bring, so we want everybody to come and just kind of understand the times that we're in and use all these tools to help somebody else. You may not be going through it, but these are going to be the tools to use in the event that someone comes up to you and say, hey, I don't know how to handle this. And you'll be like, hey, I just went to this empowerment workshop, and hey, this is what I got,
And like disaster preparation,
yeah,
there's a lot of things that happen. Wildfires out west, floods that we've helped out, hurricanes in Florida, and we are a part of that. Mm-hmm. We could easily have our own disaster here locally, and we've had those. We've had the tornadoes that came through.
Yes.
Community services, y'all helped out years ago. We
yes,
went straight into the eye of the tornado, if you will, yes, and did a lot of giving back, helped rebuild porch for young ladies. So mm-hmm, being prepared for that, whether you're volunteering your time mm-hmm, or you're preparing things to do if there was a disaster, so you have that little extra support for your family and understand how to guide your family.
Yes.
That workshop's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And the relationship thing, we all have that, but we want to make sure that people understand what domestic violence is. We all know what it is,
Mm-hmm.
but there's different tools and tool belt that you can utilize.
Yes.
In these 3 different workshops. Self-defense. You're not going to come in here and he's not going to do Chuck Norris karate chop on you, but he's going to show you some basic hand techniques that if you're in type of a need to defend yourself, you got to know how to, as we said in the military, shoot, move, and communicate, realize what threats may be there, figure out what I could do if I needed to, and then egress or whatever it is. So that's what that mind, body, and spirit is. And I'm so glad y'all put this together. I think it's going to be a great day.
I do too. And we're hoping that you will call either Hall, Fern Valley, or Chamberlain Lane and RSVP. We gonna probably cut the number off February the 26th. So if you can RSVP by then, that'd be wonderful.
That's limited spots too, right? I think we have like 50, I think it is.
Yeah, we would love to have up to 50 people RSVP. This is our first workshop, so we just kind of don't want to go overwhelmingly with a whole lot of people. It's our first one, so we just kind of want to keep.
I know we're working on lunch because I had to get prices on lunch. This is something that the membership approves out of your money, right? The membership's cost. We go to the union meeting and we, the community services bring something on paper and says we want to do this. Well, we did that several months ago.
Yes.
Asked and we presented it to the board. And the board approved it, and it went to the membership, and the membership approved it at the union meeting. So now it's coming to fruition. It's super cool. Can't wait to get there. And as always, there's a limited expenses, right? So we have to put a dot and a T right across the T and dot the I's, and make sure we know what the membership. Y'all did a very good job at meeting your fiduciary responsibilities. So we're not going to spend a lot of money. We're going to have a great time.
Yes.
But we're going to get a lot of knowledge. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, awesome. So come on out and have a good time, and don't forget to RSVP.
And thank you, the executive board, too, for everything that you do, vetting these things that we bring to the table. One of the next things I want to talk about, and I guess I won't get too long in the tooth, but is our budget. So, we don't want to scare people in the plant, but we want people in the plant, at the little assembly plant, to know that, there is an upcoming pending retool. It's not, we're shutting and closing the plant doors. It's a retool. It's going to be an elongated a retool. I can't really speak for the chairpersons because they're working with daily information. And trust me, those timelines change and time periods change every day. But we know it's going to be for several months, So one of the things that, as a executive board, not as a president, is we got to put a perimeter around the local, right? In our expenses. If you get that online and open it up and go to those last few pages, you'll see all those expenses. I had a gentleman come in today and was like, well, shouldn't we have a lot of money? We've been around for so many years and this, that, and the other. I said, well, you would think that, but we have a lot of money that goes out too. You get this huge check that's got to be split out between, National Ford sub 2, sub 3. National Ford dues are getting ready to go up a little bit. CLC dues are getting ready to go from 15 cents to 25 cents. State Fed dues just went up a little bit. Pennies on the dollar, but when you multiply that times 12,000 members or whatever you have, that adds up, and then you got to pay everything back out. So we've got 5 secretaries. We did have 4 maintenance folks, men, gentlemen, working the plant and working the halls. I'm sorry, and we're down to 2 now. So we're working around that, but we're also watching, our expenditures. So we're wanting to put together, and we are putting together a 2025 strategic plan. And in that strategic plan is just basically the wherewithal and understanding. Local 862, put in a box. How much money do we have coming in? We know what that is. We see that Louisville Assembly Plant shuts down. Let's just use 6 months, right? So it's going to be longer than 6 months, we know, but we don't know how much longer 6 months. You just talk about 9 months. I mean, it's all across the board. But let's just take 6 months, for example. If we know for 6 months that we're going to have 2,300 people laid off, the remainder is going to be skilled trades working in the plant, then we've got to take that 2,300 LAP and figure out how much dues income is going to come into the local union, right? Because we're about 98.2% dues related income, and I'm probably wrong on that number, but I'm pretty close. You know, we get storage fee, which is great coming in, and that was an investment we did over the last 3 years, about 1.1 million. But that ROI is going to come in, return on investment, around 8 years. So then after that, the ROI is going to, that investment is going to bring more and more income as costs go up, and we're still offering a great benefit to the membership. But that's something that we did now to help our future UAW members. But looking at this, when you're working, and paying your dues, you're paying 2.5 hours. So now when you're laid off and you're getting sub pay, you're going to pay 1 hour's dues a month while you're laid off. So that's going to be a loss of about 1.5 hours to the local union. Multiply that times 2,300 members, times how many months we've been off, right? And then you'll have a blend coming back into the plant. So even though that's significant, you don't want to knee-jerk and go, oh my gosh, we're going broke. We're not. But then you have to take and put together a responsible plan. And we've really not put together a strategic plan for the local in our career. We've always adapted, right? And we've been great with our money. We've made sure that we've grown the local, we've grown the halls, we've sent more people to training. We've improved our facilities. We always keep them top notch. So those things where you got to do it every single day, like a living document. But in this case, whatever X is, that wow factor of how much we're not going to bring in, what do we do throughout the year to look at our costs? Summer school, we talk about reducing summer school a little bit. You talk about reducing maybe standing committees a little bit. We talk about, union picnic, what do we do there? How much can we save? Because at the end of the day, it's like a credit card every month. 6 months at 2,300 at 1 hour's dues, minus what we would have got at 2.5 hours. Yeah. It's a significant amount of money. So, we look at getting it. Grandpa always said, get the cart before the horse. So we look at getting out in front of it. We've got the majority of 2025 to do that. And then we've also got the remainder of 2026 coming out of it, because it's going to go into 2026. And that way we can stabilize both years, meet the demands of what we need. Plus we have a few offsets that'll help us. We got profit sharing, get our come up, right? We got profit sharing next year, that'll help. We also got a plan for next year's elections. We'll have 3 elections next year right off the bat with new election committee. There's 3 elections we have to have. So it's really good to know that our executive board is wanting, as a team, as a whole, representing all the units, to put together a strategic plan for 2025, and so we can be prepared for it. So it's always good. It's hard to explain to the membership at a union meeting, and I just told John Keel, I said, you're the voice when he breaks in. You're the voice of Local 862, but absolutely. I guess maybe I need to ramble a little bit about it. And we're not auditors.
Right.
I went to high school, went to college, went to war. And then it was OJT, go to work at Ford. But we've worked in this union for so long. We've been in leadership. We know what we got to do to be responsible parties of our union and members, and make sure we leave it better than we found it. And I'm very happy that we're looking at this now. I feel better in trying to prepare a plan in front of it than triage it afterwards. But again, I'm so glad that you're here today talking about this personal empowerment program. Yes. And I hope that y'all got more in store for us.
Yes, and again, thank you. And we really, really look forward to you RSVPing for this wonderful workshop event.
I also want to thank Local 862's publications and online committee. They are diligent about what they do, consistent about what they do, and are always looking to change the paradigm, to figure a different way how to communicate and listen to the members on the floor on what they can do, better. So again, thank you, appreciate you, way to go, and God bless all of you.
Thank you.